Captain's log, Stardate 14. We're being pulled towards a hostile planet. I'm hoping that Scotty will be able to activate the backup control systems. God, I feel so vulnerable.
Captain, I'm picking up some strange signals. Something about intergalactic oppressors, sir.
Captain, intruders are approaching the bridge, sir.
Who are you?
I am the Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Spock, who is he?
A former Calypso singer, Captain, who later became leader of a 20th century African-American religious sect known as the Nation of Islam.
You like to buy some incense?
Bean pie, my brother?
No, thank you.
What do you want?
I've come to warn your crew.
Warn your crew.
Of their enslavement.
Enslavement?
Aboard this vessel.
That's poppycock. These people are perfectly free to do anything they like.
Now let's look at Noble Drew Ali. Here's a man that died a young man. Noble Drew Ali. He lived from 1886 to 1929. I salute my brother. He's the first man to bring Islam to us in the way he tried to bring it, and I thank him, thank Allah for him. Moors is the name given to the Muslims from North Africa that invaded the Iberian Peninsula and brought Islam to Spain and Portugal and southern France. So he's calling us Moors, and he dressed his followers in the fez of the Muslim people of the East. Look at what he said. The Moors were enslaved by reducing their mentality to that of Negroes, blacks, and colored people. As a man thinketh, so is he. Moors, you sleep too much. Wake up and see the 7 bridges crossing in the sky. Can you see that you are a people? Not an organization. We are a people. We are a nation.
born into a circle of light. And this is to teach us a lesson. Ignorance is darkness. Light is all around us. If God hated darkness and loved the light, that he vanished darkness, and darkness is forever a vanishing thing in his universe. Think over that. Darkness is not real. It is only the absence of light. And when the light comes, where does the darkness go? It goes because it does not have a base for its existence. So it is with ignorance. Ignorance has no base for existence. And as long as a people are walking in ignorance, they are walking in darkness. And when they walk in the darkness, they have no measurement for the time or for their life. For all measurement starts with man's relationship to light. And when you're not in the light, you have nothing by which to measure time. So time passes for the ignorant in a fleeting moment. How long have you tarried? The ignorant do not know, because they cannot tell time, because they are not walking in the light. So those who love God and those whom God has blessed with the light have a responsibility to vanish darkness, even as the stars and the moon and the sun vanish darkness. Men of knowledge, women of knowledge, men of understanding, women of understanding, men and women of wisdom have a sacred yoke around their neck. And that yoke is that you are bound to the light, bound to the principles of the light, and bound to the duty imposed upon those who bask in the light, and that is to lead those who walk in darkness into the marvelous light that you have discovered. If you don't lead others into the light, then God will hold you responsible. For him to whom much is given, much is required. And what man having a light would hide it under a bushel basket? That man having a light will put it on a hill. Why? Let your light so shine before men that they may what? Hear your talk? No. See your what? Your good works. For a man that has light and has no works is really in the dark and has deceived himself. You didn't hear me.
And then we'll talk a little bit about it. I don't want you to see my bald head. That's all right, you can laugh. I said it, but don't you say it. Of course, I got a little bit of hair. I ain't completely bald. Not like some people. I got a little bit. Now, this one. How many seen these before? Good. Now this.
Let's continue.
That was the first time that I seen him with the hat on, like this. Now, there was people before he came that belonged to the Moorish Americans by Noble Drew Ali. They didn't have this on it, the moon and the star. It was blank. It was blank. But the hat was red. They wear black ones and red ones. And the moon, I believe, on one of them, they didn't have it, but they would stamp literatures that they had to send out to people to come to their meeting. The moon was not on this side, it was on this side. So we asked Master Farad concerning Mr. Noble Drew Ali. He was a good man.
Yes, sir.
I call all of them good that try to tell our people something for self.
That's right.
All of them good. So this hat here is the one that we wore at the first beginning of Muslims in the city of Detroit when Master Farad Muhammad was here, and his representative at that time, and one of the times, the first one that I seen was named Abdul Muhammad. He wore one of these too. The messenger of Allah, he wore one, and you might see this picture sitting out there with it on. He had on one just like this, only the torso was longer. I'm going to give you some hints. Some you might see don't have a tarsal on it, right? What is the meaning of the tarsal? What is the meaning of it? Hanging down. Well, I tell you, it means the same thing that it means when you are graduating from school. That means knowledge. This here means knowledge. Same as school, when you graduate from school. I don't know if the devil ever told a lot of our people, so many black people now is graduating, they don't tell them everything, you know, they just let them get on out of here. Yeah, you all right, you hear your diploma. And then when you come out, say, what nationality are you? Oh, I'm a nigger, I'm a Negro, I'm Afro-American. You still dumb as hell. Excuse the expression. But that's true, you know. But you got the tarsal on. And don't know your name. What's your name?
You know the book by S.N. Udam on called Black Nationalism? I know you must.
I was with S.N. Udam in Nigeria last month.
I wish you'd tell me about him. Who is he?
Well, he's a Nigerian. At present, he's a professor at Ibadan University.
I didn't know where he was now. I knew he was a scholar.
Yes.
Do you agree with his analysis that the black Muslim religion, Islam in America, has served as a concealed device to gratify the the American Negro's aspirations for white middle-class values?
No, I don't think...
He takes that view, you know.
Yes, but I don't think that the objective of the American Negro is white middle-class values. Because what are white middle-class values? And what makes the whites who have these middle-class values have those values? Where did they get it? They didn't have these same values, 400 years, 500 years ago. Where did they get their value system that they now have attained to? And my contention is that if you trace it back, it was the people of the East who brought them out of the Dark Ages, who brought about the period, ushered in or initiated the atmosphere that brought into Europe the period known as the Renaissance, or the reawakening of Europe. And this reawakening actually involved an era during which the people of Europe who were coming out of the Dark Ages were then adopting the value system of the people in the East, of the Oriental society, many of which they were exposed to for the first time during the Crusades. Well, these were African, Arab, Asian values. The only section of Europe that had a high value system during the Dark Ages were those on the Iberian Peninsula in the Spanish, Portuguese area, southern France. And that high state of culture existed there because Africans, known as Moors, had come there and brought it there. So, the only section of Europe that had a high value system during the Dark Ages were those on the Iberian Peninsula in the Spanish, Portuguese area, southern France. And that high state of culture existed there because Africans, known as Moors, had come there and brought it there. So